This is the Tarot Weekly Focus for August 5, Sunday, up to August 11. Let me just shuffle the cards. For tomorrow, Sunday, we have here the King of Swords. Seems like there have been thoughts or decisions that have been delayed or lingering for a while, and it needs action tomorrow. You cannot delay any further, because with the King of Swords there is a sense of urgency for closure. But in having said that, the King of Swords also encourages you to make sure, like the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords, to make sure that you have gathered all the necessary information to guide you into making the best of any decision. With regard to the King of Swords, it is dealing with our thought process. It is always encouraging us to be clear, to know where we stand, to not be procrastinating any decisions that are essential, to believe that we have the ability and the capacity to decide the best way that we can. It is also encouraging us not to be flaky in terms of our convictions and our beliefs. We have to know where we stand, and we have to really show it. With regard to relationships with others, with the King of Swords, perhaps there are issues that have been looming wherein you need to talk. You need to communicate with the other person or other party involved so that you can come up with a very rational and logical decision. It is also encouraged not to be influenced by your emotions, most especially if your interaction with others has something to do with finances or business. You can never mix emotions with regard to your finances and business. It has to be treated in a very logical and rational manner. So tomorrow, instead of resting, there are some loose ends that we need to sort out so that come Monday, we can really feel the difference of being able to tie up the loose ends. And on Monday, we have here the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a very active but stable energy. It is encouraging us to get into a mindset or a phase in our life wherein we are enthusiastic to learn and enhance our skills. The Eight of Pentacles is encouraging us to learn as much as we can with regard to our job. If there are courses out there that you can take provided by your company, then you are encouraged to do so. It is the energy of growth, of continuous work, commitment to growth, and developing yourself. If we're not talking about work, then we might be talking about our life experience, which means that the challenges that you face should be a source of wisdom. If we're also talking about our relationship with others with the Eight of Pentacles, it means that when we look at the relationship with others, we can also learn how to explore areas so that our friendship could grow. So with the Eight of Pentacles, it is never static. It is a constant, consistent, and stable energy geared towards growth and development. Find opportunities so that you can learn more. Find opportunities so that you can foster growth and personal development. So that's the energy on Monday. And the energy on Tuesday, it is the Queen of Pentacles. So very similar to the Eight of Pentacles, it is talking about stability. The Queen of Pentacles is basically a very successful person. Let's not limit the Queen of Pentacles to the feminine. It could also be talking about a male who is in touch with his feminine side. In general, the Queen of Pentacles is talking about us being able to appreciate the achievements that we had in the past, be reflective of them, be in a more engaging frame of mind, but in a very subtle manner. With the Queen of Pentacles, with regard to our finances, when you're thinking about investments, then you need to make sure that you are looking at investing in a conservative way. You cannot use the energy of the Queen of Pentacles to invest in high risk forms of investment or business. You are encouraged to look at it in a very practical approach, not impulsive, not rushing the profits or not rushing the growth of the company. And you also need to make sure that you have a concrete plan laid out for you to follow. That is the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. You cannot wing it. The energy is very organized so that you will know what to do. You will know where to go. And the Queen of Pentacles being the queen, the energy, it is very patient. It will never rush. It will look at all the angles to secure growth and stability, but it will never rush into it. If, for example, you feel that it is high time to expand your network, then the Queen of Pentacles promises potentials for long-term relationships. When we're talking about us, we need to appreciate our own skills and our own abilities and not be too modest about our achievements. It is good to be modest, but sometimes, especially on Tuesday, the energy calls for you to appreciate and let the world know about your achievements only if it will benefit you in terms of, let's say, a project that you are currently actively participating in. So that is the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. So it's quite patient but solid, subtle, and yet strong. On Wednesday, we have here the Queen of Swords. It's all court cards except for the Eight of Pentacles. So on Wednesday, how is the Queen of Swords compared to the King of Swords? If you are very active and you are called to decide tomorrow, on Wednesday it is a little bit different. You are called to gather information, analyze everything, but then being the queen, you are not rushed to decide. But you're also not advised to really delay the decision. It just means that you make yourself stronger with the information that you gather. And if you can just keep your mouth shut while doing that, that would work to your advantage. Because once you have all the information that is needed, and when the time comes for you to speak, people will listen because they will know that you know what you're talking about. You can apply this to your work environment. If you are responsible for a project and maybe there are certain setbacks and maybe you are being made as a scapegoat, make sure that you gather all information so that you can vindicate yourself. And when the meeting is called, you have the information that is needed to do so. When it comes to relationships, okay, if there are misgivings or miscommunication, you are advised to take the lead of being the more patient person, giving the other the benefit of the doubt, just waiting for issues to clarify before you decide. The Queen of Swords is always patient in terms of bringing out the truth. So use that energy on Wednesday. Be patient. Do not rush. But make sure you have everything that you need to vindicate yourself or come out with a really good decision. And on Thursday, we have here the Five of Swords. The energies are somehow described as 50-50. Depending on what you do on Thursday, you have an equal chance of winning and an equal chance of not winning. Your chances of winning or not winning depends on your thought process. It depends on the ideas that you have formed in your head. Depends on the kind of decisions that you need to make. But at the same time, you shouldn't be afraid of the Five of Swords. In case, for example, you fall on the not winning side, then you still win. If you think that you gain valuable experience and wisdom from it, that is how you approach the not winning side, I don't want to say losing, so the unwinning side of the Five of Swords. But then, if you get to the winning side of the Five of Swords, then you're also encouraged to be humble and not to be flaunting your victory and crushing your enemy. Because being a graceful winner is sort of like adding more karma points into your life, so that in the future, the more graceful winner you are, then the more winnings you will have by being a graceful winner, or by learning from what happened, why you ended up not winning at all. So that is the energy of the Five of Swords. And on Friday, we have here the Page of Pentacles. I guess because the energies have been very active this week, Friday is a form of reflection. The energy is about reflection, learning. You are encouraged to become like a student of life and learn from the past week, like the decisions that you need to make on Sunday, the continuous effort for you to develop yourself and upskill on Monday, and on Tuesday, the Queen of Pentacles, being grounded and solid and subtle and not rushing, but approaching everything in a very organized and practical manner. And on Wednesday, being able to be patient. By being patient, you are placed in a better way with regard to vindicating yourself or deciding. And on Friday, placing yourself, being a graceful winner. In the event that you do not win, you learn from the experience. So all these energies are being summed up on Friday with the Page of Pentacles, wherein you need to reflect about what had happened, or all the energies that had influenced your week, and learn from it. This week has a very strong learning energy. The challenges that we face, the thought processes that we have, the plans that we put into our lives this week, the way we interact with others, and the way we see ourselves, it is a huge source of learning and wisdom. It is also not just bound to learning from life with the Page of Pentacles. If you have an opportunity, again, this is very similar to the Eight of Pentacles. If you have an opportunity to go back to school and earn more qualifications, it is something that you really need to consider and see how it will play in your life, if it will be able to give you more advantages with regard to your career, or just being able to learn and be abreast with the industry you're working in. So that is the Page of Pentacles, being reflective and studying, learning from everything. And on Saturday next week, we have here the Nine of Rods, which is the Nine of Wands. We also had this, I think, a few weeks ago. It just means that do not stop now, just soldier on. Things will be okay. You have all the necessary skills and strength to come out as the victor. Just soldier on, and you're almost there, nearing the finish line, and believe in yourself and do the best that you can. Your fire, your conviction will be your fuel so that you can reach that finish line. That is the Tarot Weekly Focus. So we'll just have a recap. Monday, the King of Swords, no more delaying decisions. That's Sunday, and Monday, the Eight of Pentacles, upskilling and learning, continuous development. And on Tuesday, the Queen of Swords, being patient and knowing what you're talking about. And the Queen of Pentacles is a subtle but consistent energy for stability. And then we have Swords for Thursday, which is a 50-50 chance of winning. And the Page of Pentacles on Friday, which is going back to school or treating life as your teacher. And on Saturday, the Nine of Rods, which means that just soldier on, you will win eventually, but there's still some more things that you need to do. And do not worry, you have all the tools, the gifts, and the qualities for you to win. So that is the Tarot Weekly Focus.